Hello, I am Luis Nuño. I am a professor in the area of signal theory and communications at the Polytechnic University of Valencia in Spain. And now I'm going to explain the John Coltrane changes which are well known in jazz. The Bela-Bartók axis system, which I explained in a different presentation, gives us multiple options for choosing the tonic, dominant, and subdominant chords in any given key. On the other hand, as we have 12 notes and 3 harmonic functions, the logical way, in principle, would be to choose the tonic, dominant, and subdominant chords by dividing the octave into 3 equal parts. This means that the roots of these 3 chords will be a major third apart, that is, 2 whole steps apart. Let's consider an initial chord, C major, as the tonic in a key. And here we have the harmonic wheel with 3 groups, the group of tonic containing the chord C, the dominant group containing the G major chord, and the subdominant group containing the F major chord. Now we are going to choose the C major as the tonic, which is obvious, but in the group of dominant we will not choose the G major chord but the E major chord. This chord is 2 whole steps above C. In a similar way, in this group of subdominant harmonic function, instead of choosing the F major chord, we are going to choose the A flat major. This chord is 2 whole steps below C. So with these 3 chords, we can perform several chord progressions. Here we have represented those chords. They follow the spiral lines on the harmonic wheel. Here we can see the A flat major chord, which is the subdominant, then the C major, then E major, and we have represented it here again, E major, and then again A flat major. If we perform several chord progressions like this in one way or the opposite way, because there is a perfect symmetry between these 3 chords, they are 2 whole steps apart, we will lose the reference of tonic. This idea of dividing the octave into 3 equal parts was well developed by John Coltrane, the great jazz saxophonist, without even knowing Bartók's axis system, which represents a great merit. In fact, John Coltrane passed away several years before Ernol and Bay published his analysis of the music of Bela-Bartók. The most famous example of using this technique by Coltrane is, with no doubt, Giant Steps. In this tune, the basic chords are B major, G major, and E flat major, which are 2 whole steps apart. The transition from one to another is done by means of a dominant 7th chord, which sometimes is preceded by a 2nd degree minor. Thus, in Giant Steps we find chord progression such as B major, then G major, and then E flat major, that is by descending thirds. From B major to G major, he included a dominant 7th chord, D7. And before E flat major, he included its dominant 7th, B flat 7th. We can also find chord progressions by ascending thirds like this: E flat major, later G major, and later B major. Before G major, he included the 2nd degree in G major, which is A minor, then the dominant 7th, D7th, and then G. In the same way, before B major, he included the 2nd degree C sharp minor, and then the dominant 7th, F sharp 7. Conclusions: the Coltrane changes are progressions of 3 chords a major third apart, or 2 whole steps apart. They are connected by dominant 7th chords, which sometimes are preceded by a 2nd degree minor, that is progression 2, 5, 1. Supposedly, one of the chords has the tonic function, another the dominant harmonic function, and the other the subdominant harmonic function. But due to the perfect symmetry among them, when we perform a chord progression, the reference of tonic is lost. Thus, the 3 chords become completely equivalent. The representation of these chords progression on the harmonic wheel is really simple. They always follow a spiral line. You can find all the information on the webpage harmonicwheel.com. Thank you very much for your attention.